Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia Pilot into the universe of Chinese. It's February, and I'm going to do a collection of expressions that romanticizing um, your ideal woman. I mean, a lot of times because it's language use was mostly used by men, and therefore a lot of the object of their fantasy, of their ideal, were used about women. So let's start. The first one is 窈窕淑女,窈窕淑女. Okay, so we see a girl there, right? So gender, this is gender specific. And then the descriptors, there are three of them. But oftentimes in contemporary Chinese, we often pair 淑 and 女 together still. When we say somebody is a 淑女, it means well-educated, well-mannered, lady-like girl. And then 窈窕became the descriptor. And in my contemporary Chinese users' mind, 窈窕is kind of like, yes, gracefully, elegantly, but I never look deep into how these words are made up of, and then why it got the meaning it got today. So let's unpack. 窈, and if you see 窈 and 条, they are paired together. They're kind of like twins. You seldom, like in my contemporary Chinese users' mind, I seldom see 窈paired with other characters or 条. In that case, the two of them often occur together. And when they occur together, oftentimes they occur together with 淑女, because this is such a set expression that language users, we just beat down the familiar path. Nobody want to bother to try new expressions to risk making a mistake there, right? So this is already widely popular accepted expressions. I'm not saying nobody. I'm sure there are adventurous, linguistically adventurous people out there trying with new expressions. So, okay, 窈 by itself, it means quiet. And both of them, 窈and 条, have the similar structure, which is a big dome with a chimney on the top with two lines carved almost like a corner, like a open corner. Okay. That thing is the cave part. So when you see this structure, it means it's somewhere in nature. But I'm imagining this is the caveman era when humans are not capable to build their own nest, so to speak. They cannot woven something together or structure something large enough that's not collapsing on them. So at the beginning age, people have to find places that's habitable, and most often are such caves. So the caves is this big arch thing, right? That means a space. It has a roof. It's sheltered from at least the rain. And then the chimney means it's a human habitable place. Chimney, I call it chimney because it looks like on top of the roof. It looks like a chimney, but it could be functionally. It's also signifying there are cooking involved. This is a habitat that gotta have a kitchen because humans have to cook, right? And then the two sides here are ventilations. That means it's a cave, but it's a cave with air passing through. It's not a dead end type of cave. It's a cave with good ventilation. So I guess air quality, breathing was an important feature when you chose where to live in a cave. Okay, so both of them are cave related. Now, underneath here, there are two things. The left one, two circles connected by a line in a certain way. And if you notice, this line never passed the second circle, right? The two almost like in a string together. It's a visual representation of babies in a bundle. So big head and the rest of the body in another circle. And I guess that the tip here is almost like the hair of the fuzzy hair of the baby. So you can put in your imagination, but that's Chinese abstraction of baby still in a bundle. The right side is li. Li means power. Power came from the power symbol back then, which is a farming tool, similar to a plow or rake. You can see the sharp edges, right? So those farming tools are the symbol, I guess, a culture that depends on farming activity, a culture that kind of have to idealize and adore this manpower through this tool. And therefore, this tool was chosen to represent muscle power. And okay, baby paired with muscle power means it's power-wise. Okay, when we talk about horsepower, right, that was used as a unit or measurement, standardized unit of power output. Now, when we pair baby with such output, it's not horsepower, it's baby power. That means very gentle, very weak. And baby can only give you signals as to what it wants to do through audio, maybe. It can hardly exert anything on the outside world. So this baby power under the cave that's habitable with ventilation, that became the symbol to mean somewhere that's deep in the land. Or imagine, picture a valley. It's deep in the valley with, I guess, a lot of silence and quietness and the power. I guess the power from nature was reduced. And so you feel quiet and you feel almost like a good meditation place. Okay, so the surroundings were serene, and whatever external power, or in this case, it's a power inside that cave, right? Is weak, is quiet. So it's like a quiet valley or quiet cave. So this quietness then eventually captured to describe a woman. And I guess there were this cultural expectation of women's behavior back then. Like you're not supposed to be a loudspeaker. You're not even supposed to speak loud. You're not supposed to speak much to begin with. That's my guessing. I'm sure there were powerful women back then. Okay, so 条, similar in a cave, except in the middle, it's a little bit more complicated structure. If you look at it, it's 5 strokes. 2 bigger lines that look like this, and then on the left, middle, right, they are separate strokes. So this was said to be the turquoise shell. Used to be the record keeping tool. So people carve their messages onto turquoise that can pass cross-generationally passing down a message, right? So that early record keeping eventually over time are going to crack. So this almost like irregular shape are describing such patterns that's irregular, that's cracky looking. And so this cracky looking paired with the cave eventually also means gentle. So I translate it as a gentle. Of course, in the contemporary dictionary explanation, there were no tracing of how this became this, right? It just gave me all the definition at once. So just like in a regular dictionary, it has an entry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you don't really, cannot map out the relationship between those. So it starts with this cave. It must be, right? Because that's the depiction. And with this cracky looking symbol, and eventually it was used to describe the beauty on women mostly. That means gentle. So in between, there are some logical deductions. One thing I can tell is when this cracky pattern paired with our wood symbol or tree symbol, that's our peach tree. And the peach tree, historically, culturally, a lot of them are used on women on this, you have your luck in the department of love. So I guess you're blessed with being attractive to women. And that's the kind of luck. And that's the same cracky image over there. So there are something about this cracky image of this turquoise cracky record-keeping surface that's related to this gender description or gender idealization or stereotype that's about the quality that's attractive. So in my view of this cave with this cracky pattern in it, almost depicting women having the quality of, I guess, the mysteriousness. It's like you see her just a tiny little bit, but most of her is hidden away from you. So there's this mystery that waiting for you to discover, right? So I guess that's the engine to be attractive. That is, it has this mystery for you to unpack, but to get you hooked, the lady have to show a glimpse of her quality that gets you intrigued. Okay, so we have quiet, gentle, and then 淑女, this limpid. I translate limpid. It's about water, clear water. Indeed, it has the water sign in it. And then the right side is the third son in a family. So Chinese have special word dedicated to the ranking or the sequence of firstborn, second, third, fourth. And because boys were more important or valued in the agrarian society because they are muscle power, right? More boys means more productive energy in your household. And it's free child labor, so to speak, right? So agrarian society is highly encouraged to have more boys than girls. Girls are probably more like a liability than asset. So boys are more asset. Okay, it's historical. Okay, so we have to put it in that agrarian society context. So the boys have this first, second, third, fourth born ranking system. Each one have its dedicated Chinese character. And this is the third born. I'm not sure about from fifth onward, if that's even counted. But I guess at least over women's lifetime, given it was shorter lifespan than today's women, probably 4 boys, that's kind of more common. And when you give fifth born a boy, that's like a lower chance of that. So maybe Chinese character didn't border to go to further down on the rank of boys born sequence. So this is the third born boy. And somehow that third born son paired with water become this water clear. So I'm not sure if the language creator view the third born in a household have some special quality about them that they are clear-minded. They're more clear-minded because they're not firstborn. Firstborn get all the attention at the beginning of their life, and they were probably more prized because they are the first. And then the second was kind of I don't know, get lost, or try to compete. And then the baby boy would be spoiled. So the third one have to find his position in the household, kind of somehow wisely, strategically, don't get lost in an early age, kind of find his own mark or distinction early in life. Therefore, got to be clear-minded about how to strategically approach such a complicated structure in a household where he was the third born. Okay, maybe it's all guesses, I don't know. But that paired with water means limpid water, water clear. So these are the 3 qualities that describing the girl. So this girl image we came across many times. In contemporary Chinese, that means woman, that means gender only. But in ancient Chinese, it also implies marital status. This is unmarried girl specific. So basically, it's somebody's daughter, somebody who were not shown or exposed to the outside world, non-household members much. It was basically a hidden until transferred to another household. So that was the life back then. So this 窈窕淑女 was actually an ancient expression. And I'm sure in contemporary Chinese, we we apply to our contemporary understanding of what woman should look like. But when we unpack each Chinese character, then that gives us a little bit more clear understanding, because it all the way came from this caveman age, right? Caveman age living conditions, and then have this quietness, this deep valley kind of a quietness quality, and also this mysterious quality that came with this cracky image of record keeping. And I translate it as gentle, but it could be like it's not like her quality was not shown to you all at once. Like if we use a physical, it's like maybe only show you half a face or a tip of her fingers, something like that. Just not giving you a lot at first. And that supposedly evoke your curiosity to discover more. So that's the quality. And I want to view the three characters probably in a sense of quietness as more about the girl's, I guess, social intelligence. It's definitely a non-nagging woman, doesn't talk all the time, give you a lot of quiet space. That's the first quality, social intelligence, at least interpersonal, right? And then Qiao is probably more physical, because it shows you a little bit of her, but not much, so that you want to discover more. And, this imagination filled, fantasizing about her, that's more physical aspect. So physically attractive. And Shu, I would say it's more intellectually or cognitively advanced. Like this, even if Chinese as a culture was not emphasizing education on women, but this limpid means that woman actually sees things with clear eyes, and she wouldn't make much missteps. She knows what to do, and she was, I guess, educated or insightful enough to how to handle certain situations, so it doesn't, mess up your life too much. So these are the three: socially, physically, emotionally, or intellectually mature woman. That's the ideal of girl. And in Chinese, contemporary Chinese, this movie, My Fair Lady, Oscar-winning woman movie, was translated as 窈窕淑女 in Chinese. So I guess Audrey Hepburn, probably was a good visual representation of what 窈窕淑女 should look like, right? She was then trained with pronunciation, with good vocalization and manners, social manners. So it gives you this sense of okay, it's a graceful and soft-spoken, wise lady that's very attractive to men. Okay, so that's 窈窕淑女. Cashing into the currency of thinking by one word a day by Sophie. See you another day.